What is debadging? For some of you guys, you may not know what debadging is. Well, I'm just gonna paraphrase Wikipedia real quick. It's basically the process of removing some or all of the manufacturer's emblems from your car. So there are really two reasons to why people debadge their cars. Number one is we genuinely don't like the look of the emblems. They either come across as tacky or they're offset. Like for me, I didn't like where the SS was placed on the back of my car, so I just got a license plate frame. Number two, however, I'm sure you guys have come across this through Jalopnik's articles or other car bloggers or YouTubers. It's a little bit vain, a little bit materialistic, but basically guys who have the lowest trim level of, let's say, a luxury brand car like a BMW, those guys debadge their car because they don't want other people to know where they exactly stand status-wise. So they may purchase a base model BMW, whatever generation they buy, whether it's the 325 Ci, 320, etc. They don't want other people to know that they don't have a 340, so they just debadge their car because they don't want people to know their status and where they stand. And on the flip side, you have high-end trim levels of luxury car brands. Let's say you have a coworker that has a Mercedes-Benz CLA 250, which is a lower 30 grand car, brand new. However, you have another coworker that works in the same department, earns the same salary. They have a Mercedes-Benz CLA 45 AMG, which is give or take 20 grand or even twice as much as a base CLA. So they don't want to come across as materialistic, so they debadge their Mercedes despite having the highest trim. So those are just really two reasons to why people debadge their car. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with debadging your car. However, there is a fine line that gets crossed when you debadge your car and then you badge it as a higher trim level. Namely, for this video, I want to focus on Mustang owners, and I've encountered in my time as an American car fanboy, I've encountered V6s that pretended they were GTs or GTs that pretended they were Shelbys, and so on and so forth. Now, real quick, if you just wanted to modify your car's outside appearance or external appearance, there's nothing wrong with that if you want to make it look like the next trim level up. It's when you start to brag that it's something that it's not. For example, I'm just gonna go right into it. I met a V6 Mustang owner, S550, 2015 and up. He had a blue V6, and I'm gonna continue to refer to him as a V6 because he was trying to pretend he was a GT. So he had basically the deck lid emblem delete. Basically, on the back of his Mustang, he didn't have the horse with the 3 tri-bars that would otherwise symbolize that it's a V6. He obviously just had a flat deck lid, the black deck lid without the emblem, but he had the 5.0 badges on the side. Granted, I am aware that there are Coyote owners that just don't like the emblem, their GT emblem on the back, no big deal, so they modify it out, they just remove it. However, I could tell this guy was a V6 simply because of his exhaust note. So I've heard every combination there is to a Cyclone, what you could do to it, whether it's off-road X-pipe or long tube headers, short tube headers, Flowmaster axleback, Corsa catback, Borla catback. I've heard every combination of the Cyclone engine because I modified the hell out of my exhaust for my V6 Mustang. So at a stoplight, I was only a diagonal car in front of him, and I heard him rev at me. His windows were down. I could tell he was trying to challenge me, or he at least wanted to show off. But that was probably his biggest mistake, because the moment I heard it, it solidified my suspicion, because at idle, I could already tell if it's a Coyote or if it's the V6. I mean, that's how much in tune I am with the car's exhaust. So when he revved it at me, he shouldn't have done that, because then I knew immediately that he had a V6. So at the time, I already heavily modified my car's my entire exhaust system for my V6 was already gone. None of it was stock. I had BBK long tube headers, ceramic, going into catted H pipe, going into Flowmaster X pipe resonator delete, going into Flowmaster Outlaws. So effectively, it was a straight pipe V6, but it sounded badass. It was pretty deep and throaty because of the catted H pipe, and then loud and raspy towards the higher RPMs because of the resonator delete X pipe. So when he revved at me, he had a bone stock exhaust. So I immediately knew he was the V6, and I literally, at the next stoplight when we were already rolling, he matches my speed. I literally roll down my window and call him out and say, "Nice V6." And then he looks at me dumbfounded and says, "What are you talking about? This is the Coyote." And I said, "No, nice V6. You are not fooling anyone." And on top of that, it's kind of a shame that he was kind of ignorant and didn't know this. This was a dead dead giveaway that he had a V6, he had the 17-inch rims with no fog lights, indicating that it was the base V6. Now onto the Mustangs that pretend like they're Cobras or Shelbys. So this is where I start to get a little passionate, because when it comes to top dogs, some of those older gentlemen or people, young guys, have worked their lives to get the top dog Mustang, and for someone to have a base V6 or a GT or hell, even an EcoBoost, and to have those guys badge their car up to, let's say, a GT 500 or a GT 350, you're effectively devaluing the work ethic and the work that some of those people put into buying their authentic dream car, their high-end top dog Shelby Mustang or Cobra Mustang. And so you guys understand this. When you will get called out, you will be found out as a fraud or a fake, and you'll be made out to be embarrassed, and you'll probably never show your face around any car show near you ever again. And the reality is, for those guys that are frauds and fakes, you deserve it. I mean, you guys are the people who take steroids and bring fake weights to the gym. I mean, you're basically that guy. Don't you come across as egotistical, arrogant, and honestly, guys, you're jumping to the finish line and cheating without having to put in the work. You're just slapping on $27 emblems and then calling your car the top dog, when in actuality, you're not fooling anyone. All the car guys could tell you're a fake and a fraud, and even non-car guys, they quite frankly, being real with you guys that are frauds and fakes, or those of you that know frauds or fakes, nobody gives a crap about your car. I could show a non-car guy a Mustang V6 base model and then show a guy a GT 350, and 9 times out of 10, they will just look at both of those cars and say they're the same and they're both Mustangs. I know to us car guys, my audience, you guys can't fathom that, but like, believe me when I say this, I have IT guys, coworkers that just straight up see a base V6 Mustang as the same thing as a GT 350. They just don't care. So at the end of the day, what are you frauds and fakes? Who are you guys trying to impress? Because are you trying to just lie to yourself or impress people that otherwise wouldn't be impressed with you anyways? And then for the car people, they're gonna call you out and make you look like a fool. So don't be a fraud or a fake. Be proud of what you guys have. That's the thing I want to stress. Like, if you can't afford the top dog, just be patient. One day you will. And honestly, when you finally do get the authentic top dog, it's gonna feel so much better than driving around in a fake badged out top dog wannabe. Like, just don't be that guy. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Comment in the comment section below if you've seen a fake Mustang that tried to pretend like it was the top dog or the next level up at least. Anyways, guys, I do have another video coming out shortly after this one in a couple days. It's about how I got called out as a fake Camaro SS, unbelievably, by 5th generation Camaro RS owners. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Please check out my brother's channel, Bladed Angel, for more unique, interesting content. And until next time, please stay tuned. Peace out.